Word from the Lord. We're going to talk from Matthew chapter 5 and verse number 44. The Bible reads thus and says these words. But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. Pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. Just for a few moments, I want to talk about how to love someone that you hate. How to love someone that you hate. One of the things is we find ourselves at one time or the other actually hating somebody. When we become children of God, we try to put the love of God in that place and we no longer hate that person. But many times what happens is, as the years grow, things go wrong, go awry, and we wind up actually not just disliking them, but actually hating them. So how do you love somebody that you actually hate? And I know prayer is good, but I just want to talk and tell you about some things that I think that'll work for somebody that you really hate. Number one, if you hate someone, you've got to stop talking about their negatives. Stop talking about their negatives. One of the problems is we always talk about the negative of the person that we hate. What it does is it keeps the hatred alive. It feeds off of that. In other words, if you talk about that hate all the time, what you're doing, you're feeding your hate, and your hate remains strong. So you got to stop talking about the negatives of the person that you hate. The second thing is, after you stop talking about the negatives of that person that you hate, find one thing that you like about that person that you hate. This is a good one. Find at least one thing that you like about that person that you hate. Now, I want to say that everyone has some good things, but you find that one thing about that person. What happens is when you find that one good thing about that person, it lets you have just a little window there. And when you get that little window, that's an opening for progress. So first thing you're going to do, you're going to stop talking about the negatives. Number two is you're going to find that one thing that you like about that person. And then number three is you're going to build on that one thing that you like. When you start building on that one thing that you like, what's going to happen? It's going to expand, and you're going to find that there are some other things perhaps that you like about that person. First thing we want to do is say, no. I dislike that person, so I dislike everything. The problem with that is you're allowing that one thing to contaminate the whole person. So after you find that one thing that you do like, build on it, work on it, talk about it. And then that's number three. And then I like this fourth one is look at yourself, look at you, and find one thing about yourself that you can change or that you can remove that will cause you to like that person just a little bit. Look at yourself. Find something in you that you can change or remove. Sometimes it's not about the other person. Sometimes it's about you. See, one thing is that when you change something about yourself, when you remove something about yourself, you're actually, you know what you're doing? You're taking something out of the way. When you change it or you remove, you're taking something out of the way. Sometimes we don't see the good in the person because it's all clouded. So sometimes you have to remove some stuff. You ever lost anything in a room? And when you start moving things around and remove things, you go, oh, here it is there. If you remove that thing that's causing you perhaps to hurt that person, change it till you see the good in that person, I guarantee you, you will begin to love that person that you hate. I want you to remember this. I always say this. In weakness is where we find our strength. In weakness is where we find our strength. And you all be blessed.